Perfect. And now you can see me. So we have electricity back. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to this
Yeah,
initiative,
good
Saturdays
evening.
for Sustainability Learning. And this is the initiative where we have a goal of connecting every week to understand sustainability, understanding it holistically. So that is what we are here. So this initiative, this discussion forum, it is a mastermind group and it's nothing but based on a concept of synergy. So I'll not explain all the things, but it's just for your information if you're interested. But the concept was put forth by Napoleon Hill. And in short, if I have to explain it in 30 seconds, so it would be a addition or combination of 1 plus 1. It's not always 2. There are infinite possibilities, and that is the overall concept of synergy. And the same thing happens with people as well. So when two people come together, there are multiple ways of co-creating, co-learning, and that is the initiative that we would like to have this 1 hour for. So what are the outcomes that you can expect? There are 4 outcomes majorly. First is learning one new concept every week, learning something new from the sustainability field, and which is not possible for an individual effort as we are all busy in our day-to-day life. So devoting 1 hour is a good strategy, I would say. Second is networking with fellow professionals, learning from different experiences from people who have different educational background, different socio-economical background, geographical background. So it's wonderful to learn from each other. Then third is different opportunities in terms of career, in terms of learning opportunities. Fourth is definitely thought leadership in sustainability because we all are seeing sustainability is something very important, right? And India is being as a center, as a core role to define the world sustainability. So definitely this would be a helpful thing to guide all the world. Just a minute, it would be network disruption. I'm just connecting to better network. Give me just a minute. Yes, perfect. All right. So if you face any network issue, please do let me know. Yeah. So this initiative basically has two basic foundations. First is DIKW pyramid. If you know about it, so it's nothing but data, information, knowledge, wisdom. And what we all know and appreciate is we have more data and information in today's day and time compared to any of previous generation we had, right? But what we lack is knowledge and wisdom. We don't have that much time. We don't have that much bandwidth to assimilate all this information and give some meaningful output from that. So that's where this initiative comes together. We don't more focus. We do not focus more on data and information because we have it. Whatever you want, you just Google it, you will get. But the knowledge and wisdom which comes from application and time experience, so that is something we want to get from this initiative. So we would love to hear from all of you, your experiences, your learning journey, and that's how it is helpful for all of us. And second is, we believe that question and answers and discussion is the best way to learn, other than just reading or just watching videos. So, answering the questions, asking the right questions, which is very important. And this initiative would like to focus and inspire all of us to ask questions. So not to be afraid with questions and not knowing anything, right? So we should be always open to learning. And with this, I would request everyone, please, you can ask as many questions as you have. Either either one of us would have the answer, or in worst case, if we don't have answer, we can go back and search about it and come back prepared for the next week. So please do question, please do ask whatever queries you have and also share your insights, experiences. This is non-judgmental discussion forum. So that is a sincere request for all of you. Yeah, and as you all are here, so you might have registered through this link. So for my peace of mind and to make this process seamless, I have made it automated. So when you fill this form, you might have received the email, also a WhatsApp group link, and Google group. I'm working on it. So through this, you might have received the link. If not, please fill it. Let me know. Okay, I'll share that link. Okay, wonderful. So we have today's topic, and it's 42nd week. So soon we will complete 1 year. So it's a wonderful thing. So today's topic is FAQ shared by NSE for BRSR reporting, and it's just recently, just 10th May, these FAQs were shared by NSE. We'll just read that first, and meanwhile, you can also ask questions or you can also answer the queries that, as we get it. Okay, so I'll just quickly share this FAQ. I hope you can see the FAQ on screen now. Okay, all right. I hope you can see. Okay, let's start then. Okay, so this is an NSE National Stock Exchange of India, and this is a circular uh, of the dated 10th of May 2024, and it is sent to all the listed companies. The subject, as you can read, Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report, that is BRSR, FAQ, and General Observation Guidelines for filling of BRSR. So I'll not read all the content, whatever is important we can read. But there are two parts over here. Some of the FAQs are there, and at the end, they had also shared some of the guidelines while filling the BRSR. So they have given some of the examples. What is the, let's say, mistake or what is observation which can be corrected while we fill the BRSR report. So yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, and this is a disclaimer that I would like to read first. These guidelines are issued as guidance only. The directions or instructions issued in the provision of law, regulation, SEBI, and exchange circular are referred to in these guidelines are final for decision making in this matter. The guidelines are not and should not be construed as substitution, clarification, explanation on any matter on which provision of law, regulation, or SEBI or exchange circular were issued. So this is just for guidance purpose. So that thing we should keep in mind. Yes. Sure, Vijay. I'll share the link in the chat. Okay. Yeah. And also, I've shared this document in our WhatsApp group as well, and I'll share this in the link as well. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping my video off for time being because I can see there is some network issue. Yeah. So let's read some of the FAQs. The part one is FAQ, and second part is general guidelines, general observations. So one interesting thing that came that I got to know after reading this is these are not only top 1000 listed companies, it's more than that. And how we will see. Okay, so first is which listed companies are mandatorily required to file BRSR. Top 1000 listed companies based on market capitalization shall mandatorily submit BRSR in format as specified by SEBI circular. Uh, last to last year, this was the first time the circular was shared, and accordingly, they have also given the list of the companies. And the link is also given for the market capitalization of the companies as per top 1000 list as per market capitalization on March 31, 2024. So you can go to the link and you'll get to know. I have also downloaded this list and I'll share this with you. But just for our review, I'm just sharing it on screen. So this is what I got when I downloaded the Excel file. I'm sharing it on screen now. Yes, I hope you can see the Excel file.
Oh,
Yeah, so these are the listed companies, and list goes up to 2379 total companies. And if I go to top 1000, yeah, I hope you can see on the screen. So I'll just scroll down so that we can read. some of the companies. As we all know, these are some of the big companies from India. Wipro, Mahindra and Mahindra, IOCL is there, Jio is there, Siemens is there, Bank of Baroda, Tech Mahindra. So these are all different segments. So top 100 we know most of the companies. Top 1000 we might not know. But these are some of the organizations as you can see. Yes, perfect. So let's go back. Yeah, and they have clarified over here. For example, if the listed companies are falling under top 1000 listed companies based on market capitalization as on March 31st, 2024, filing of BRSR shall be applicable for them for financial year 2023-24. So the current year, that is what we are talking. So financial year 23-24 as the year end. So if these companies are in top 1000, then this is mandatory for them. Yeah, so this is an interesting question. Second question. If the company is not falling under top 1000 listed companies based on market capitalization as on March 31st, 2024, but the company was falling under top 1000 listed company based on market capitalization as of March 31st, 2023, that is last year, or 2022, the previous year. Will BRSR be applicable to the company for March 31st, 2024? Pursuant to Regulation 3, second of SEBI, the initial regulation that we had. So as per the regulation, the provision of these regulations which become applicable to listed companies on the basis of market capitalization criteria shall continue to apply to such companies even if they fall below such threshold. The listed companies are requested to comply with the existing regulation. So from this question, I got one clarity that, so let's say there will be some companies which were in top 1000 in last year and previous to last year. So there will be some companies which are not in the top 1000 list in this close financial year, that is March 31st, 2024. So the companies for which it is mandatory to report BRSR, it would be definitely more than 1000, right? So there would be some plus from previous year and plus from 2022. So definitely the number 1000, it's not only for 1000, but it would be definitely more. So this is one reason that I could get. And the second is, we will come to later questions. So there also we will get to know why it would be more than 1000. Uh, Anybody would like to read from third if you would like to volunteer? Or is it okay if I read?
Yeah, yeah, you can read. Can the can the listed companies which do not form the part of top 1000 listed companies file BRSR on a voluntary basis? That means if a company does not fall top 1000 company on the matter like market capitalization, they have to report on the voluntary basis. Is my understanding correct there?
Yes, yes, right.
Yeah.
So this is definitely, so listed company which do not form part of 1000 listed companies uh, may voluntarily submit BRSR. So yes, definitely they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next.
May or may not. It- it-
Means that's not mandatory. That is voluntary for them, right?
uh, they can say no.
Yes. So, what is the benefit for them? So maybe let's say they are not in top 1000 companies, 1000 listed companies in this year, but let's say there is a possibility that next year or next to next year they will come to top 1000 listed companies, and at that time it would be first time for them to report it mandatorily. So there might be some issues or teething issues as comes for the first time of reporting, first time of working on this report. So if they do voluntarily, that would be better for them in that sense as well. And second, going forward, we would have not only top 1000, but definitely we can see it would be expanded to other organizations as well. So in that sense also, they would be more prepared. And third, definitely the reason or the benefit would be uh, maybe the stakeholders or the partners, vendors with which they are working. So if sustainability reporting is mandatory for them and their vendors also, so it becomes a mandatory for these organizations as well. So anyway, it is beneficial for them. So if they are thinking of long term, definitely uh, it would be a go-to option for them. So if they consider, right? Anybody would like to add? Please jump into the discussion.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. As you correctly said, Dhananjay, maybe this year 1,000 companies suddenly SEBI may come up with the top 5,000 companies or 10,000 companies, and yeah, with the market capitalization is less than what the value current value is about, and so that the company should prepare themselves for this reporting new regulations.
Right.
true.
And doing voluntary, it's a benefit for them, a peace of mind, what we can call, because it's not mandatory for them. So if something goes wrong, that they have some time for learning, and learning curve requires some time, it requires some effort. So it's just a practice test question for them. It's always better
Also,
to prepare.
also for the
Yeah.
NSE and BSE, they'll also know
Mhm.
new areas which are coming up into the top 1000.
Sorry, I missed your point.
For the NSE or BSE, they will come to know new
I'm
areas
not
of
clear.
fields which are also coming into the
Mhm.
1000 list.
All right, means the scope would be expanded for the other organizations, right? Other companies. That is what you are saying, right?
Exactly.
Right. Agree,
Exactly.
agree. Definitely. Yeah. Let's move to next question then. Uh, I would read, okay. If the listed company is in top 1000 market capitalization list of NSE, not in top 1000 market capitalization list of BSE, or vice versa, whether the applicability for filing BRSR is with NSE or BSE only, or with NSE and BSE together. So either or both. And so what is the logic over there? So the answer is interesting. If the listed company is in the top 1000 market capitalization list on any exchange, then the listed company is required to file BRSR with both the exchanges. So from this question also, I got to know that then definitely the number of organizations for which BRSR is mandatory, that is definitely more than 1000.
Mm.
One of the reason is because of the past history, right? So for previous year or previous to previous year, that is also mandatory. So from there, some companies will come for which it is mandatory. So definitely that is 1000 plus something. And again, 1000 list is not only of NSE or not only of BSE. So there might be companies which are in NSE, not in BSE. Some are in BSE, not in NSE. So definitely the combination of the two would be definitely more than 1000. So exact number, I guess we need to research a little bit, but that would be definitely more than 1000 number.
True.
All right. And these FAQ are really interesting, and we got to know a lot more from this. Yeah. Yeah, so which listed company are mandatorily required to obtain reasonable assurance on BRSR core? So top 150 listed companies as per the circular in last year we had. But just one thing that they are sharing. So if you are required to share the assurance BRSR core, then you should mention it in that report as well, and the regarding details. Okay. And also, copy of reasonable assurance certificate is mandatory to be attached along with the BRSR while submitting PDF and annual report with the exchanges. So that is required if you require the assurance, reasonable assurance or limited assurance. Yes, whether the BRSR XBRL utility at the BSE portal can be used for uploading at NSE NEAPS portal and vice versa. Yes, listed companies can use either NSE or BSE BRSR XBRL utility to upload at either of the exchanges. The utility is compatible at both BSE and NSE. So this is an interesting question, and to search about it, I went to some of the websites which I'll share. So one question is we might have is first is adjustment. Yeah. So first is what is this XBRL utility, and second is NEAPS portal. So I'll just quickly share. But anybody, if you have the understanding of this portal, please do let me know. You can also share with your experience.
Brother, with your expertise, you can also start a
So I
online
hope you can
training.
see the BSE portal.
Okay.
Yeah. So currently there are many training institutes, but not standardized ones. So that's a pain point in sustainability. Let's see. But yeah, that's required. Yeah, I hope you can see the XBRL details, right?
Yeah, Dhananjay.
Okay, great.
Just
Thanks for
can you ping
confirming.
that in the
Great.
chat the link, Dhananjay, the chat,
Yeah, sure, sure.
the
I'll
link,
put that.
which yeah.
No, I think it is they have designed some software to upload all these things. It is one form of some software, expense
Yes,
multiple.
yes.
And also Dhananjay, the Excel sheet, Dhananjay, what you showed, because that link
Right,
is
sure.
not working now.
Yeah, actually, somehow this the report that they have, the FAQ that they have shared, somehow that link is not
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
you are
yes,
also
yes.
facing
Since
the
you
same
already
issue, right?
downloaded, can you attach that Excel
Yeah,
sheet?
yeah,
So,
sure, sure. I'll share. I guess you are in the WhatsApp group, right?
okay. Yeah, yes. I'm in the WhatsApp group.
Yes. So after this session, I'll put all the links and file to the group so that everyone gets.
Thanks,
Okay.
Dhananjay. Thank you. Yeah,
Uh,
this is XLR is a
yeah. So let's see this.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Please.
No, no, XLR is a format of a reporting, isn't it?
Yes. So is an electronic format for communication of business and financial data, which is revolutionizing business reporting around the world. The standardization in built in the XBRL document provides significant benefits in preparation, analysis, and communication of business information. So it's a computer readable language. It is structured but adaptable language. It has its own grammar, framework of rules, known attributes for each of the given elements. Such element may be a word, group of words, sentence, phrase. So for our understanding, it's just one electronic format for the document submission. So that is what we can get, right? And as a part of regulatory compliance, BSE collects data disclosure in specified formats listed companies. With a view to making reporting more accurate and more efficient, BSE has moved towards the XBRL based reporting. With implementation of XBRL, they have implemented XBRL based reporting. BSE is the first and only stock exchange in India to introduce and implement XBRL based reporting. So there's something good to know. and these are some of the advantages. Yeah, so using XBRL, companies and other producers of financial data and business report can automate the process of data collection. So first benefit, for example, data from different company divisions with different accounting systems can be assembled quickly, cheaply, and efficiently if the sources of information have been upgraded to use XBRL. Companies and other data producers can automate the data collection process. The data of different departments and divisions can be assembled quickly, cheaply, efficiently. Once data is received in XBRL, reusing of data for internal and external reports can be possible with minimum efforts. Also, data dissemination on website and publishing can be achieved easily. Not only can data handling be automated, removing time-consuming, error-prone processes, but the data can be checked by software for accuracy. So, I would say this is a wonderful tool, wonderful innovation that is brought by the BSC. Anybody, if you have worked on this software, please you can let us know so that we'll get more understanding, because I don't have the practical experience of using this portal. So if you have, you can share. Otherwise, we can just read the remaining part over here. What is the mode of submission of BRSR with the exchange? So BRSR is to be submitted with the exchange in PDF and XBRL mandatorily. So this and is telling me that PDF is also required and XBRL is also required. Please correct me uh, if you have some understanding of the topic and if you would like to share anything. So what I feel is PDF is also required and XBRL format is also required to share the data. The path for
Yes,
submitting the
both.
both, right? Yes.
Yes.
And the submission path is also explained over here, NEAPS. So this link is also available on the BSC. So from where NSE, sorry, on NSE, and from there, and I guess BSC also there is this link. Common XBRL upload, then business responsibility and sustainability report. I couldn't go to NEAPS. The reason being, it was asking some credentials to. I'll show you where I could get. I could get it. Okay. Yeah. So under list resources for listed companies, the last one is NEAPS portal. So this is the portal that I guess they are sharing. Somehow the link is not working, but I hope you could see where it was. Next is, what is the timeline for submitting the BRSR in PDF and XBRL format? Shall be submitted on the same day of submission of annual report with the exchanges. Okay. Whether the BRSR can be provided as a link in the annual report of the company instead of publishing the whole report. So here the question for clarity, it is whether BRSR report as a separate reporting needs to be shared, or the annual financial report that they are publishing. So can they link it with that report? So FAQ is saying yes, BRSR link can be provided in the annual report instead of publishing the whole report. So that's possible. And one of the important question, practical question that might come is, so once let's say a company has submitted their BRSR report, is there any possibility of revision to that? Or if they want to correct some key, let's say key data has been gone wrong, or there is some CS issue, whether that is editable, correctable or not. So this answer is yes. BRSR filled with the exchange can be revised by listed company on the following path. So how to do it, they have given. And at the same time, they have given some guideline how to do it and what is the process. So please know that although the option of filling revised BRSR with the exchange is available, the same needs to be exercised only as a last resort and sparingly. So the option is available, so everyone should do it. No, it should be a last resort for the organization. The exchange requests the listed companies to verify the correctness of data in other fields prior to filling the original BRSR submission with the exchange. Further, listed companies need to submit covering letter wherein they should update what are the changes in the revised filing mode. So I guess this is a practical thing that is helpful. So when they are sharing revised file also, they need to share where they have changed and what they have changed, right? So I feel this is a practical significance, right? Yeah. Should we go ahead? Anybody would like to add any
Yeah, yeah.
comment or point? Okay, perfect. Okay, so what should listed companies do in case data is not available for certain industries or certain fields? For especially for XBRL may not be applicable to certain industries. In such cases, company can state that such disclosure is not applicable along with reasons for the same. The reasons shall be provided in BRSR PDF and in BRSR XBRL under add note. So that is a feature that they need to provide the reason. Yeah. So has Exchange published any material or guidance under guidance note on BRSR? So there are 38 sector specific guidance note which was published for BRSR, and I could download it. I'll just share that on screen. I hope you can see. So this is ESG analysis on 100 listed companies. So these are the one of the links where we go when we click there. Yeah, so these are all the details regarding ESG and BRSR, how it evolved, and sector specific details. Yeah, let's go to next question then. So, what about listed companies who are already preparing BRSR as per internationally accepted standard? Those listed companies which prepare and disclose sustainability reports as a part of annual report based on internationally accepted reporting frameworks such as GRI or SSB, TCFD, or integrated reporting can provide the cross-reference of the disclosures made under such framework to the disclosures sought under the BRSR. Further, if the data sought in the reporting format is already disclosed in the annual report, the listed company can provide a cross-reference to the same. So, repetition can be avoided. That is the thing that they are sharing. If you have already published the other internationally accepted framework report, then you can just give the reference over in the BRSR filing. Thus, a company need not disclose the same information twice in the annual report. However, the company should specifically mention the page number of the annual report on sustainability report where the information sought under the BRSR format is disclosed as a part of annual prepared as part of the report prepared based on internationally accepted reporting framework. So what my understanding over here is, so same information need not to be published twice. That would be repetition, but that doesn't mean that you just provide the link to the report. And to read that report, we will require at least 1 day or 2 days, right? So that's not a practically feasible. Instead of that, if you want to do that, reporting only once, then you should give the exact page number where you can directly go and find the data. So that is a practical thing I could see. I'll keep jumping to the next question. Please feel free to raise your hand, raise your voice, and please pick up if you have anything to share. Yeah, so next question is, where will be the BRSR filing displayed on NSE website? BRSR filing shall be viewed on NSE website through below mentioned link. And in case of query, they have given the details from where they can contact. But unfortunately, these links are not working in my computer. Maybe you can share what is the status in your system.
Same thing, Dhananjay. Whatever you have downloaded, that list also, no? Lucky you have downloaded
Uh,
it. After that, it is not working also.
yeah,
Uh,
it's not working. So I went to the website and search over there. There I could get all the details. Somehow this FAQ is not uh, correctly, not, I'm not sure what is the issue, but somehow we are not able to access it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so these were some of the FAQs, and as we can see, these are very short document. In just 4 pages, we completed the FAQ. Only 14 questions were there. So maybe what my assumption is, my guess is, going forward after this year's uh, BRSR reports coming to the SEBI, we can expect one more FAQ coming up at least at the end of the year, or maybe by the next financial year, and it will have some more details, detailed queries and detailed questions, uh, which all companies might face when practically we are filing the BRSR report. Yeah. Then let's jump to part two, where there are general observations and guidelines based on whatever BRSR reports that SEBI or NSE has received as of now. So some of the main points over here is, we will not read everything because we don't have that much time. But the wonderful thing, they have given principle wise. So for each of the principles, for 9 principles, where is the error, chances of error, where most of the organizations have made some mistake, or there is a scope of improvement that they have shared with the remark. For example, if we check for principle 2, for point 1, some companies have disclosed absolute values instead of percentage as required in percentage of R&D and capital expenditure investment. So this is a wonderful thing that they have given. So a generalized comment, generalized feedback is given where companies have made some mistakes. And all these inputs are to make sure that the BRSR report that we are generating, that will give us the feasibility of comparing apple to apple with different organizations. Because if, let's say, if we are giving the R&D expenditure, or what is the value, the absolute value doesn't tell us anything. If it is in terms of percentage, so at least we get some understanding. So in that sense, how do we move ahead, making the BRSR report more responsible, more useful for the purpose? So I guess with that sense, they have shared a lot of feedback, and this will be helpful if we have the BRSR format, and if we compare side by side. So this is a value, this is a principle 1, and this is a point 1, and that is the thing that they are sharing. For our understanding, we will just see it once. I'll share the BRSR reporting format, and let's just see for any one point so that we'll get more understanding, and later on we can do it ourselves. Okay, I hope you can see on my screen. So this is the BRSR Annexure 1. Uh, can you please confirm? It's visible, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Dhananjay. You are seeing the screen and report format also.
Perfect. Thanks. Thanks. So I'll just jump to the principle
Please.
1. Okay, let's see side by side. Okay, just a minute. Okay. So let's go to principle 1. Okay. So where all the 9 principles, policy formulations about the status of policy formulation is asked in principle 1. Let's see where it is. Could you get it? Where is it?
It's under the leadership
Yeah,
policy.
so it's before principle 1. Okay, got it. So it's
Uh,
about section ABC. Means it's before this. There is the just a minute. Yeah. So this is a policy, correct?
yeah,
Management and process disclosures. So whether you have the policy and process in place for different principles, you just need to tick over here, yes or no. Uh, it may be noted that BRSR format requires companies to provide a yes or no response to a set of questions and policy formulation across 9 principles. However, some companies have either not disclosed in under BRSR format with their sustainability report. Okay. Okay. So in this way, we need to check. Let's see for principle 2, because here we know it's point 1 is given. Okay. So point 1, absolute values are shared instead of percentage. Perfect. So this is a principle 2, point number 1, percentage of R&D and capital expenditure investment in specific technologies to improve the environmental and social impacts of products and processes to total R&D and capex investment made by the entity respectively. So here they want the percentage. Okay. But somehow some of the organizations have shared the absolute number, how much they have uh, invested over there, absolute value. So this is a improvement point. So in this way, they have shared the feedback point 2A and 2B. Does the entity have procedures in place for sustainability sourcing? Yes or no? And if yes, what percentage of inputs were sourced sustainably? What is the comment? Details pertaining to procedure in place for sustainable sourcing and percentage of input source sustainability. Lack of uniformity was observed in disclosures made under this category. Details for the percentage of input source sustainability is expected to be provided for total sourcing. Okay. Uh, you got what was the input over here?
details of
Uh,
percentage of input sources, sustainability is accepted to be provided for total sourcing.
yeah, so issue here was lack of uniformity. So maybe what we can say is, does the entity have procedure in place? So we assume that most of the company might have said yes, we have some procedure for sustainable sourcing. What percentage of input were sourced sustainably? So they have to share the percentage. Simply, let's say 30% of the inputs that we had sourced sustainably, right? So that was the input. So just the uniformity and clarity over there. Is it correct? If you have any other interpretation or any clarity, please you can share.
Yeah, correct. The first question is yes or no. Whether do you have a sustainability uh, sourcing in your organization? If it is yes, what is the percentage? Then in the percentage, whether what is sourcing, what is the source sustainability
Hmm.
sourcing. That definition, I think NSE has to come up. What is sustainability sourcing?
Hmm,
Like where they
hmm,
have
hmm.
to spend out the most environmentally product which are eco
Right,
labeling or third party. I think it will come in the future.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Because everyone will have their different understanding what is a sustainable source material. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree, agree.
Yeah.
So let's complete third point also, because then we will complete one complete principle.
Yeah.
Okay. In case of point 3, for the details of processes in place to safely reclaim products for reusing, recycling, and disposing at the end of the life, companies must mandatorily provide this information, and if the same is not applicable to the company, the reason for the same shall be provided. Okay, so third, describe the processes in place to safely reclaim your products for reusing, recycling, disposing at the end of life for plastic, for e-waste, hazardous waste, and other waste. So they have to share the details over here. What are the processes that they have? And what is the comment? Must mandatorily provide this information. And if it is not applicable, they need to share the reason for the same. Okay, so it's not just NA. NA will not work. Not applicable will not work. They have to share the reason as well, why it is not applicable for the organization. Right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay, so let's skip these other principles. In the same way, we can understand. Yeah, and some of the basic things were like units were different for different things. So standardization of units were one of the important points. Yeah. Last comment at the end of this generalized feedback is the listed companies must carefully consider the above point while submitting BRSR XBRL utility. Further, the companies are advised to ensure that there is no deviation in the submissions made in XBRL and PDF. So this is the most basic thing. Whatever, as we already got to know, we have to submit two things. First is PDF, second is XBRL. So both things should match. Yeah, and these last two pages, I think, are most important in the terms that they have given the examples as well. Yeah. So yeah, so first is listed companies have mentioned overall turnover rate instead of actual turnover in the below screenshot. So they have shared turnover rate instead of what is actual turnover of the employees that the BRSR report mandates. Second is this is interesting. Okay, so company has disclosed zero energy consumption from renewable sources in the first table and reported uh, how much 2,21,405.21 gigajoules in another table. So as you can see in leadership indicator that they have shared the renewable energy, the energy consumption here it is zero. Okay, as you can see, but later on that they have shared we have the renewable energy uses this much. So this is a contradiction,
Yeah.
right? So this should not be there. Yeah, so total employee count reported in general disclosure does not match with the total employee reported under training given to employees and workers. So this is also basic thing. As you can see, total employees are 1382 and somehow training provided is more than that, 18,311. So maybe the definition of employee, what they're taking here, that might be different, or there might be simply the error. So how this is more than that, 1382 and here it is 18,000. So the basic question. Then total waste recovered and disposed is more than the waste generated. So this is one comment that they have. What is your understanding of this question? Fourth question.
Total waste recovered and disposal is is more than the waste generated. See, A, B, C, D. This is the total waste. Okay. Now recovered is
Right.
more. You are generated
Right.
9.3 million ton, and you are recovered 9.22. It should be lesser than your waste generated, isn't it?
Right.
Recovered.
Right.
Should be lesser than generated.
Right.
If you are generating 1 kg of plastic, it should be zero point 0.5 kg you are recovering it. It should not more than 1 kg of plastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one more point over here. So here, let's say total waste that they had generated is 9.03
Okay.
million tons. Okay. Uh, for each category of waste generated, total waste recovered through recycling, reusing, and other recovery operations in million tons. So they are saying we have recycled this much, we have reused this one, other recovery of operation this much. So total in all is 8.35.
Mhm.
All right. Then second is total waste disposed. And here incineration is this one, landfilling is this one, and other disposal operations is this much. So somehow this 8 plus 7, this is going far beyond 9. So
Mhm.
there might be two reasons what I can expect over here. So maybe more clarity is required from the report or the BRSR. They might be understanding over here is uh, they are taking waste of other, let's say, party as well. So it's not just limited to waste of the same organization. So I guess there is the basic understanding of the concept looks little bit uh, in a gray. It's not very clear, right?
Yeah, yeah. Here is first one is a category of waste, isn't it? For each of this waste generated, total
Hmm.
waste recovered through recycling, reuse, and other recovery. Now you are recovering the waste in the means of recycled, reused, or other sources from 9.3 ton, 9.3
Hmm.
million ton.
Right.
From that, we have like that company has recovered 8.3 ton.
Hmm.
And then then the question is about how do you recover for each of these waste generated total nature of disposal for each of the category waste generated total waste disposed. Now it is coming to the disposed.
Right. Means what you could not recover, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
whatever is left after recovery, that has to be disposed. So either it would be incinerated or landfill or any other option that they have. So
It
somehow
should
I
be,
guess these numbers are not correct.
yeah, it should be 9.03 minus 8.3. That should be an
Right.
incremental landfill or something like that.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So basic error, what might be is maybe there is some unit change or they might forgot to have it over here. So this might be the issue. We don't know.
Yeah, yes, yes. Maybe that.
Definitely, this is the issue. Yeah. Entity has provided training to total workers on skill upgradation more than the total strength, and still the number shows 100% and vice versa. So, the same thing, the employee number doesn't match.
Okay.
I guess this is the same organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basic we can say cleaning of data, accuracy. If we are reporting two things, let's say interrelated things or same things at two places, so that should be cross-checked, verified. So these are the basic, I guess, uh, essential things that BRSR report requires. Yeah. So in this way, we have completed in theory, at least. We couldn't complete all the principles, but yeah. So basic understanding. So this is the report, and this is basic feedback from NSE that is given. Yeah. Any comment? Anything you would like to add, please?
It was nice, insightful discussion, Dhananjay. It's very nice. And now,
Mhm.
if you alonely read, no, as you told one to one that mind
Mhm.
map, it's very nice. We understood a lot of interpretation while you are explaining. We got a different view on that. Nice.
Mhm.
Thanks for arrangement, Dhananjay, for this initiatives.
You made a
Yes.
lot of in-depth study, and I sincerely feel this group, you and few others, can start a training program or like a chartered accountants, no, doing for the companies itself how to improve their presentations or
Yes.
workings for training those staffs.
Yes.
So that,
Definitely, sir.
Definitely.
Because the training in sustainability is really required. The reason being, we don't have any as such standardized training, and those organizations which are providing training, the cost is so much that a normal person
can't
can't
afford.
afford.
You're
Yeah,
right.
first thing. And second thing is, we don't know what is there in that training.
Yeah.
Simply, sustainability is such a vast field that you can't gauge whether that will be helpful for you or not.
Yeah.
What happened, Dhananjay, my experience, no, last month I attended on training program which I paid many, like huge amount. In the 2 days program, they was only showing that YouTube links.
Mhm.
Nothing was there.
In fact, you should conduct some
Right.
online programs for them rather than, because they'll be at different locations and all. You can help them in online programs as how to improve their presentations or working methods.
Yeah, that's a need.
It's true.
I have one course actually on Udemy, Basics of Sustainability. So it's not on BRSR or any reporting framework. But what I feel is basic understanding of sustainability is something that we are missing. Means reporting is something that it's just like an exam. It's
Yeah,
just like you appear for board exams, let's say 10th or 12th, you pass it with flying color. But ultimately, you have to learn the life skills, how to live your life,
it's
right?
true.
So that is something in terms of sustainability is also missing. So maybe we are preparing for carbon credit and all this and that, but basic sustainability, what is it? And how do we improve the human potential that we all have? So that is something that I see as a sustainability. That's a
Hello?
different.
Yeah. Can you share that link in WhatsApp also, Dhananjay? We'll also go through once
Yeah,
that
sure.
link. Okay.
Hello?
And brother,
Yeah,
I would like
sure.
to share one interesting point.
Hello?
But
Yeah, please, sir. Yeah.
yeah, any activity which is in tune with nature, with nature, I'm talking sustainability or any activity. So if it is in tune with nature, you are doing excellent, great job for the Mother Earth. Which will be the field?
Right.
Because that comes from your heart, and you look in a different picture, not from compulsions of organizations and countries. There's so many people will be interested in these data to project for their own, to show India low or they high and whatever it is kind. We don't know what are the
Right.
games behind. But if you do it tuning with nature, it will always help you to be more realistic and helping you.
Right. Agree. Agree.
Hello?
Sorry, I'm just very
It's a very
generalized statement I'm
basic
making.
principle of sustainability.
Hello?
Yeah. No, that holds true because truth is something that should be
Hmm.
applicable
Brother,
for
last time when Mr.
all the cases, maybe
Vishal,
Hello?
99.99%
Hello?
cases. And
the signal cutting off,
yes,
Wi-Fi.
Hello?
yeah, yes, Suman sir, you were saying something, please.
Actually, I think they are also in India. It is a still nascent stage, and they are evolving and they are learning. Also, maybe BSc, NSE, they also are learning and they are improve. Want to they are experimenting and also everybody is learning. But course is it will be a initial step to like certification or like that. But also do or work in that reporting or like that, then only you can go in that training and all. It cannot be given. This is not a generalized or anything. It we can refer so many reports and all, and you have to do permutation and combinations. And, you have to, and also you should ask questions to the SEBI or so that they will also may learn and they will also include this. It's all still evolving and it's not like international standard, but they are also doing their best and uh, all these things. Training and all is not
No,
okay. It is
agreed.
helpful.
But you have to give some thumb rule guidelines for every kind of industry or whatever it is, so that they have the
No, it
broad
is already
guidelines.
given. They are already mentioned, I think, in sector-wise guidelines and all. Whoever working in the field, they can be easily understandable and they can apply. And they have given one clarification also. If it is not in the sector or industry, they can add and like that they can give request to send mail or contact SEBI or like that, and they will review and they have the team expert team, and they are ready for inviting suggestions or like that. It is also possible because they are also looking for more clarity and all. That's all. It is a never-ending. In India, it is still evolving, and they are also. But definitely, SEBI is very
Yes.
looking very hard and like that. Maybe in future we will expect more further guidelines and all.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with one sense is only training is not enough. Yes, because already data is there, already reports, guidelines are there. But what is missing? Maybe that is there, but people don't have the time to read all this. First thing. Second
Correct.
is people also need a basic guideline on how to think on these items and maybe a sincerity for this reporting. So that's the requirement. And so I don't have the answer how to correct it, but yeah, that's the collective question we have. But I'm very optimistic in terms of BRSR. The reason being the success of CSR that we have seen. So CSR Companies Act came in 2014, and the way it is being implemented, you can argue that there are many organizations which are just not sincerely reporting the CSR funding or CSR expenditure, but uh, still government has been bringing a uh, lot of innovation, lot of checks and balances to arrest any uh, misuse of the process, misuse of the law. So with the success of CSR, so I'm little optimistic about BRSR as well. Yeah. Yes, Nitinji, you want to say something? I can see you are unmuted.
No, I say just this is a wonderful program, and last 2 3 week I'm joined, and the way you have explained the things, it's a lot of helpful for us, which is the no other coaching institute. So it is a very good program. I think this will continue so that we can learn more.
Sure, sure. With the blessing of all of you, it will. Somehow
In
we
fact,
are
one
doing
thing
it.
further, the CSR
Mhm.
funding for the senior citizens and all has been talked for last 15 20 years for senior
Mhm.
citizens. But somehow I think the senior citizens are too greedy expecting from CSR. Senior citizens should not be given anything except exceptional cases where it is really needy, fine. See, it is a
Mhm.
greediness as though they want to get the money from there and trying to do some work. Tell me, practically after 70, physical mobility itself is virtually 10%. I mean,
Mhm.
above 18, and I got in my senior citizen group who are above 100 also, 90, 85, 90, 100 and all, where I'm a member. But realistically saying, we can't do all that. And just going on greedily expecting some money from the corporate, for which if it is done for the nature, for greening of the fact industry around that area, or some watering or deforestation, you are making it this thing and all, it is good. I mean, all those kinds and all are wonderful because you are trying to increase the water resource of the earth, Mother Earth. I mean, plantations and other things and all are fine,
Yeah.
but not just for senior citizens and all. I'm not, though I'm senior citizen, but I am not in favor by 1% of it. We should
Mhm.
learn to be needy for the base. Everybody is in comfort zone. Everybody should come to basic
Yeah.
needs. I mean, all sleep on the cot. Why not on the floor? I mean, they should be flexible and keep themselves walk at least 5 kilometers a day or 10 kilometers. Not everybody want luxury and doing it. That's not. That should be all curtailed.
Mm.
Sorry, I may
Yeah.
be very harsh
Absolutely.
with the senior citizen. I have my mother and
No.
mother-in-law at 98 and
Uh,
90, but still all are fit.
yeah. So somehow CSR and sustainability should be interconnected,
Hmm.
implemented in sync with each other. So yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay. Anyway, you have
Yeah. So
done a
as
lot
we
of
were
hard
asked,
work.
So this is the course that I was talking about. So this is the basics of sustainability, learn in simple language. So that I had published around 3 years back,
Mm-hmm.
and with God's grace, it has received good recommendation from people for more than 5,200 people, student across the world, across 98 countries,
Mm-hmm.
have completed this course, and rating is also 4.5. So this is the course in which the basics of concepts were explained.
You also share with us some details in
Yeah.
the
So
this
I'll,
mail, and I'll also
yeah, sure,
encourage youngsters to join your this thing,
sure.
way of working and all
Yeah. Yes.
within the colony and around the groups. I mean,
More the people, the more outcome that we get from this time. So yeah.
one Mr. Vikas joined last time.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he is a very
Yeah.
knowledgeable chartered accountant, and he is doing a lot of work in our group. Yeah, we are about 15,
Mm-hmm.
20 groups are there with him. But he joined here. I was also a bit surprised. I said, okay, let him do it. It's part of his cup of tea. Like that.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
Hmm. I wish you all
Okay,
the best
great then.
for your growth.
Yeah. So let's contribute whatever way we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your valuable time.
Thank you.
And let's continue our discussion next week. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Suman, Suman is a Dr. Suman or just Suman?